All right, so Alex Pretti, the man who was killed in Minnesota, just caused a lot of friction across the country right now. It's a big topic of discussion with ICE and everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and react to this video.
At least 3 minutes before Alex Pretti was shot and killed, he is seen at 8:58 a.m. Saturday holding his phone at a distance from immigration enforcement officers in an apparent attempt to record a nearby arrest. An eyewitness captured this video of Pretti filming the arrest. At no point does he appear to display a weapon. A minute later, Pretti appears to be using his phone to record two bystanders interacting with a federal officer before that officer is seen shoving one of them across the street.
Do not push them into the traffic!
Another camera angle shows the officer shove one of those individuals into Pretti. You can see the two holding on to each other. The confrontation escalates. Both of Pretti's hands are visible.
Pretti, this is a big thing in the country right now. ICE killed him. He got shot and killed out there. What's your take on all this?
First and foremost, he shouldn't have been down there. And it's like people go and they're looking for a problem, right? When you go looking for a problem, you're going to get everything that you're looking for. You know, it's real bad that Pretti went and lost his life and got shot by immigration enforcement. It really is. That's not a good look. You know, my question too is, why did immigration enforcement feel as though they had to shoot Pretti? And then on the same side of that is, I would ask Pretti, why are you here? Why are you down here rebel rousing? Why are you down here mixing stuff up, causing trouble? For what? Let immigration enforcement do the job that our tax-paying dollars goes to that sector for. You know, you don't want protected borders. You don't want any immigration enforcement, just no law at all.
Yes,
it's bad all the way around.
It seems like anywhere ICE is at, anywhere they goes, it cause ruckus. Everywhere ICE is at.
Oh, people are provoking them. ICE isn't causing any ruckus. They're doing their job. Okay, that's plain and simple. ICE isn't purposely showing up anywhere, running up on anybody, saying who wants what. No, they're going and carrying out the job that they have to do.
Yeah, they are. Like when they pop out, when they get to arresting somebody or pop out on somewhere or something, it seems like as soon as they do that, everybody's out screaming, yelling, phones out, and it's
correct.
It causes a ruckus, causes a stir, it causes a situation.
Sure it does. And it's usually a bad situation too. And, you know, I feel for those people who have gotten shot and killed or died. You know, Pretti, he died for nothing. You let that sink in. Pretti went out there and died for nothing. Can't make this up, man. And in the name of what? What cause? Just bad all the way around. And then, you know, the immigration enforcement agent who shot him, you know, I would ask him or her, was that really a death sentence? You know, did Pretti have to get shot in that situation? And, you know, my answer obviously would be no. It's not a death sentence.
So do you think charges should be brought up against that ICE agent?
No. I don't think charges should be brought up. Because to me, it didn't look like the ICE agent had malicious intent to murder Pretti. And of course, that obviously has to be proven, but it didn't look like they had intent to just, you know, cold-blooded murder Pretti, right? From what I understand, Pretti showed up armed with his legal firearm. He did have his legal firearm on him. And the ICE agents was acting upon, you know, seeing him with this particular firearm on him, and they didn't want to take any chances because let's just face it, a lot of people today are completely unhinged. Completely unhinged. You never know what anybody's going to do. You just don't.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota did convict a police officer before, and we've seen Derek Chauvin got convicted for the killing of George Floyd, and that was in Minnesota as well. So we got to see if charges end up being brought up against the agent or not. So because the ICE agents, they're not police, they're border patrol.
They're okay, yes, they are border patrol, but they are a particular form of policing, right? Even if they're not your local municipality police, they still are police enforcement. And in their sector, it's immigration, or sometimes it might be there's some of them who went to go round up, like the convicted child molester types. Sometimes they get sent on missions to round those types up and bring them in who have violated their protection orders or who have failed to register, that have been convicted, of course. And, sometimes they go round those types up, and people have to stop interfering with what it is that they're doing. ICE isn't bothering none of everybody who's actually legal here in the United States. They don't usually have a problem with ICE. And really, when you sit back and think about it, a lot of the illegals, they don't even have a problem with ICE. They're looking at these people that are protesting immigration enforcement like, hey, you guys are crazy. What are you doing? Seriously.
Yeah. Okay, so you feel as though ICE is a good thing for the country?
Of course. You need immigration enforcement and border patrol and border protection. And you need the posse that's going to round up the ones who have snuck past the border into here. They're fugitives. You got to come to a particular country correctly. That's just what it is. We as Americans, we are held to that as well. Any country we go to, we have to have a proper passport and or a visa. So, we're not just boloing and bum rushing up in any old country as Americans. No, we're not.